What if the fate of America rests on the choices we make in the next election? What if we're standing at the crossroads of democracy and chaos? The question seems almost too big to wrap our heads around. But one actor just dropped a truth bomb that makes the stakes crystal clear. Tom Hanks, an icon known for his roles in feel-good films, is now taking on a new kind of role, calling out former President Donald Trump for his actions, or rather, his lack of them. The actor, who has earned his reputation for wisdom and charm, didn't hold back when he questioned whether Trump ever truly took his oath of office seriously. Could this really be the same man who swore to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution? It's almost hard to believe. And yet, in the current climate, it feels necessary to ask, did Donald Trump ever take that solemn oath seriously? Or was it just another part of the show? Tom Hanks, in his usual candid style, raised this very question. It's not just about Trump's lack of respect for the position, but also about the very nature of leadership and the values that America stands for. Can you imagine Trump, the self-proclaimed king of Mar-a-Lago, standing at the altar of democracy, promising to uphold the very principles he seems to ignore? It seems almost like a farce, a classic Trump move, swearing to protect the Constitution, then later dismantling it piece by piece. Hanks' words cut deeper than any slapstick comedy or absurdity we've grown accustomed to. He's serving up uncomfortable truths, ones that demand we reflect on what it means to lead a country founded on ideals like freedom, democracy, and justice. While many of us have become accustomed to the divisive antics and tantrums, Hanks' message is clear. Leadership is not about pettiness or self-promotion. It's about responsibility. And in an era where the loudest voice seems to dominate the conversation, Hanks is reminding us of what really matters. It's not about how many people show up to your rally or how big your crowds are. It's about the health of the nation and its commitment to values that are supposed to be untouchable. If Trump's leadership could be defined in one sentence, it might be this: it's more about spectacle than substance. Let's face it, while Trump may have spent much of his presidency building walls, both literal and figurative, Hanks, in his quiet yet powerful way, is focused on building bridges. The contrast couldn't be clearer. As we watch America grapple with the most defining moments of its modern history, the question we must ask ourselves is, what kind of country do we want to live in? One where integrity still means something, or one where the loudest and most outrageous voice gets to dictate the rules? There's something about Hanks' critique that resonates more than ever. He isn't just criticizing Trump's approach to politics, he's challenging the entire culture that has evolved under his leadership. Hanks' call for unity is about more than just a political stance. It's a plea for a return to decency and respect. He's looking for a future where the soul of America isn't up for grabs. And as much as we may laugh at the spectacle of Trump's social media rants and endless stunts, Hanks reminds us of a deeper truth. The nation's future is too important to leave to chance. Is Trump's brand of leadership sustainable in a world where facts are often distorted and where outrage seems to be the currency of the day? Tom Hanks is telling us it's not, and he's challenging us to make the right choice. This isn't about TV ratings or reality TV-style drama. It's about putting the country first, even when the path forward isn't easy. But Hanks doesn't stop at pointing out Trump's flaws. He goes further, reflecting on the state of the nation itself. He addresses the fear, outrage, and xenophobia that have been commoditized, becoming a driving force behind much of the discourse in America today. Hanks sees a much bigger picture: a country that's lost its way and needs a moral compass to steer it back. For Hanks, the America he grew up in was a promised land, a beacon of hope, and a symbol of what could be. But today, as Hanks suggests, that vision seems increasingly out of reach. Is it time to admit that America has changed? Perhaps. But the question remains, is this the change we want? Hanks is worried that if the wrong person takes charge, the ideals that once made this country great could be lost forever. The stakes couldn't be higher. Hank's call for change isn't just about voting. It's about thinking critically about the direction this country is heading. It's about what kind of future we want for our children, our families, and ourselves. In his words, the election ahead may be the most important one of our lifetimes. The choice between democracy and chaos has never been clearer. And as Hanks continues to challenge us, he forces us to ask ourselves, will we choose the path that honors the founding principles of the nation? Or will we continue to let divisiveness dictate our future? In his speech, Hanks isn't just roasting Trumpies, offering a vision of leadership that's rooted in common sense, decency, and a commitment to the greater good. He's reminding us that being president isn't about ego, Twitter wars, or showmanship. It's about serving the people. And when it comes to service, Hanks' track record is crystal clear. His focus has always been on what's best for others. Whether it's in his acting roles or his public statements, contrast that with Trump. His tenure was often defined by petty grievances and relentless self-promotion. Hanks, as a voice of reason, highlights the absurdity of prioritizing personal gain over the common welfare. And while Trump's antics might make for good TV, they're not what America needs in a leader. Tom Hanks is advocating for a return to a more grounded, responsible, compassionate approach to leadership. But perhaps the most important lesson Hanks teaches us is the need for unity. It's easy to get caught up in the drama, to focus on the chaos. But Hanks shows us that the real work of leadership is about bringing people together, not driving them apart. It's about fostering an environment where everyone, regardless of their background, feels heard and respected. As we head into the upcoming election, it's crucial to remember that this isn't just about who's more popular or who can tweet the best. It's about the future of a nation, about what kind of country we want to be, and about which values will guide us moving forward. Tom Hanks, in his own way, is reminding us that it's time to choose wisely. And if that's not a call to action, then I don't know what is. Tom Hanks may not have the power to change the world on his own, but his words have the power to inspire a nation to rethink what it means to be American.